Hey peoples, it's your girl, Sexy Sapphire. Happy 2014. I know, I've been hiding, right? It's been a while since I sat down and talked to y'all and, you know, kicked it with you and we really caught up or whatever. But it's a new year. I'm a new me. I'm headed towards an even more new me. And it's time to do new things. It's time to do new things. And one of the things that I've been wanting to do since last April is to start this video project that I've been telling y'all about. But I've been a little too chicken shit to do it, because for me to do this video project that I want to do for y'all, it means to bare my soul. It means to tell you all types of shit that I really, you know, don't know if I want to share. Because it's not necessarily all Sapphire shit. It's not bad shit. Some of it's good shit. Some of it's wild, crazy shit. But it's Melanie shit. And, you know, I introduced y'all to myself last year. And I let you know that I'm Melanie. I'm the chick that plays Sapphire on the internet, you know. I am Sexy Sapphire. But there's a person behind Sexy Sapphire, you know. And I was this person before the last 7 years of being Sapphire. So, you know, there's all these stories and this craziness and wildness that used to be my life. Well, it's time to tell you about myself. You know Sapphire. But I've been pushing Melanie on people for the last couple years, you know. My Facebook is under my government. I let my fans call me Melanie. I interact with you as Melanie. And I'm growing as Melanie. And I'm growing into Melanie in a way that makes me even more comfortable with being Sapphire in some ways. So I decided to let you know who I really am instead of just the life I made for you to know about, you know. I've never lied to you about anything. Everything that I tell you that I've done and have done in Sapphire, oh yeah. But I've been telling people for a long time, Sapphire is the calm, tame version of me, because I see Sapphire as a business. I see myself as a commodity, as money. So I can't do some of the wild, crazy shit that I used to do. I can't go places I used to go. I can't get caught up in shit I used to get caught up in, because that's not good for Sapphire. However, Melanie, Melanie was a fireball, I'm trying to tell you. So, anyway, I'm going to be doing these video blogs, right? I'm going to be telling you about myself. And this one right here, it's the introductory blog, because as much as I've been trying to force myself to get on camera and do these blogs and to tell you about this shit and get it going, nothing has been so profound that it forced me to turn my camera on. I've been fighting it. I don't want to do this shit, y'all. I don't want to do it. I've been fighting it. And nothing has been good enough to get me to turn my camera on. But I've been dealing with this situation, right? And it makes me reflect on my life and how I deal with certain situations and people in my life. And so this situation caused me to say, you know what? It's time for me to tell you about my past and who I am and the crazy shit that I get into. Because if you think Sapphire is something, let me tell you about Melanie. Ooh, get your popcorn. Today we're going to talk about hoes. We're going to talk about being a hoe, being a reformed hoe, and how these hoes coming in and out my life. We're going to talk about hoes today. And the first thought, let me tell you, I am a reformed hoe. Yep. When I say hoe, I don't mean, oh yeah, I used to sell ass. I mean, I used to sell ass I used to fuck anything and everything. I used to like orgies and, you know, I could meet you today and man, I used to pull dudes off the chat line and have them come over just to suck my pussy, and then, you know, put them on the chat line and tell them how good it is. Tell them how good it tastes. Tell them how good it tastes, you know. I was just straight up a hoe. And see, I made a reference yesterday online that I said, a proud hoe is a sad woman. And some people took offense to it. Some people understood what I meant. When I say a proud hoe, I don't mean a prostitute. When I say hoe, I don't mean a bitch that get money. Not at all. When I say hoe, I mean one of these bitches that's out here treating herself like a piece of meat. Like she has no respect for herself. Like she might be selling ass, but it's not to survive. You know, like we have prostitutes. Prostitution is a profession. You can look at it and say whatever the fuck you want and be like, oh, you a hoe. But in some parts of the United States, it's still legal. If it's still legal in Nevada, that means that it's still recognized as a profession. I don't look at prostitution and say, oh, she's a hoe, because I know prostitutes or escorts who might fuck one man and that's who they fuck and they get money. And I know some chicks that's fucking 20 niggas and they barely eating still, but they out here fucking. I see prostitution as a job. And like I tell people, when you take it as a job, that's one thing. When it becomes your character, you're a hoe. You dig me? So anyway, I'm going to tell you about these hoes that coming out my life. And I'm going to tell you about myself. Like I said, we're going to talk hoes today. So, I'm going to tell you, before anybody think that I'm condemning anybody, like I said, I don't see prostitution as being a hoe. I see you as a working woman with a job, and I support you. Who the fuck am I telling you how to eat? But I say in this day and age, I will say this. If you still an escort, you're a prostitute. You're not in school. You're not building a business. You're not doing something. Just think about where you're going to be in a couple years when you're not fucking no more. That's all I'm going to say. It's okay to do it. But I likened prostitution this morning to being a drug dealer or working at Burger King or McDonald's. Like, we all have to be at the bottom sometimes. But it's a matter of getting your way to the top. Like, if you're doing something to get somewhere, I can respect you. If this your lifestyle, you don't want no better, I kind of look at you different. And I won't sit here and sugarcoat it anyway. So, I'm a reformed hoe. I used to sell pussy. I used to be a freak. I used to fuck anything, everything. I mean, I'd be the first one to tell you. People ask me all the time how many men I've been with. I tell you, I won't tell you how many men I've been with. I will tell you it's a 3-digit number. I will tell you the first number is not a 1. That's all I say. You dig me? I'm real about who I am. Because in order for me to grow and to be who I am today, I have to acknowledge who I am. I'm 32 years old. I've been in the sex business for 17 years. Is that right? I've been in the sex business for 17 years. Technically, I've been in the sex business a lot longer than that if you want to include the fact that my molester paid me when he used to molest me. That's another story. We'll talk about that in a different video. But I've been selling my ass or being in a sexual business for 17 years. I didn't want to be a prostitute. Nobody wants to be a prostitute, right? But I had a mother that said, when your father pay your child support, that's when I'll take care of you. So it was on me to take care of me. And I needed to take care of me before I was legally able to get a job. You dig me? So there are things that a girl has to do to take care of herself. I can fully understand and support that. So when I see a young girl out here, and she out here and she's been out here prostituting and escorting, whatever she call it, and especially when she's been doing it for years, I get a feel for her. I take a liking to her. I kind of want to take up under me because I understand that some of them are out there because they didn't have no choice and chance, because I used to be that girl. I did a poem on my YouTube a long time ago, about 2 years ago, saying it was called Born Into This Jealous Life I Live, and it was about my life. And you know, I told them, you know, people be jealous of me, and I didn't understand why anybody was jealous of me because of my popularity in Sapphire at that time. Because if they knew what I had to go through to be me, I mean, who the fuck wanted to go through it? You dig me? So, I'm not ashamed to say that I had to sell my ass to eat, even in high school. You know, I had to pay for my prom dues and my school dues and my prom dress, and I had to sleep with a guy to get my shoes and my prom ticket. You dig me? Like, I'm not ashamed to say that that was the life that I had to live, because it was the life I had to live, you know. But prostitution wasn't like the only thing that I did. Like, not like, oh, I just met guys out in the street or whatever. I can tell you there were plenty of days where I sat on the chat line pulling guys. You know, me and my ex-wife, we used to pull guys off the chat line and, you know, turn tricks all day and shit to make money. Even when I had a real job, I still, you know, would sell ass on the side because that's what I was used to. And it was a way of life. People think I started modeling when I became Sapphire. I tell people I started modeling when I became Sapphire. That's the one thing I haven't. Well, I mean, I've told people that I used to model, but I don't know, you know, if people believe me or whatever. But when you're in the sex business, all this shit come together. Like, it's nothing for one of your tricks to say, I want to take pictures of you. And for it to kind of like start to take off when you tell one of your other tricks, well, you know, I just did a photo shoot with one of my tricks, and well, with this guy. And, you know, they oh, yeah, I would love to take pictures of you too. And you end up meeting the right person. And back in, what, 2001? I was on my first website. It was called girlsintheburbs.com. And I started modeling. I was just Miss Melody back then. Like, I wasn't Sapphire. I wasn't nobody special. I wasn't trying to get popular. I wasn't running the websites. I didn't give a fuck about the websites. I just wanted the money for the pictures. You dig me? It was a job. I was modeling back then to eat. Fuck popularity. I didn't give a fuck about getting popular. I was eating off this shit, you know. I did websites. I did a couple of portfolios and private shoots. But it was business. And I can remember when I got to the point where at one point in my life I was like, I was out here just fucking. And I was still, you know, fucking here and there for money, but I was mainly just fucking. Like, I was being a hoe, you know. And I had lost my job. I was going through it. I remember it was December. I want to say it was 2003. It was December 2003. And I didn't know what I was going to do. Christmas was coming up. I was so stressed the fuck out, y'all. And I remember I was living up Northwood. Y'all Baltimore people know what I'm talking about. I was living up Northwood Apartments. And my phone was off. I think I was behind in my rent. And I kept seeing this ad in the paper for models. But when I saw the ad and I called the dude, you know, I went and sat down, we met or whatever. He was really looking for chicks to do parties. He wasn't looking for models. And I was doing some modeling shit then, you know. I wasn't on some, I had never, you know, believe it or not, I'm shy. You know, everybody who really knows me knows that, you know, this whole Sapphire thing is so out of my character because in person, I don't really like to be on display. I don't like being stared at. I'm really a really bad chill type. So, I kept turning them down, you know. I can't see myself going and dancing and wilding out at these parties. I couldn't see it. And so, he kept in touch with me. I didn't even have a phone. He would call my parents' house and leave messages. And one day, it was a Friday, and I was sitting in the house, and I was down to my last, I think, $5. And I had to decide if I was going to get a pack of cigarettes to last me for the weekend, or if I was going to save that so I would have bus fare to go to social service on Monday, because I was in a fucked up ass situation and I needed help. And so I went to the payphone, and I called my parents' house, and my stepbrother answered, and he told me that some dude had called for me and left a number. And I called the dude back, and it was the dude again. And he was like, it was a party that night that I want to come. I said, fuck it, yeah, I'll do it. This was 2003. So my first night, I don't know what the fuck I'm going to do. You know, I don't know shit. I ain't never danced in front of nobody. I'm just, you know, a freak. So, he come pick me up. It's a house party. I get there. It's only one girl there. He told me, you know, honey upstairs. And so I go upstairs. Me and her, we talk, we chill, whatever. Me and her ended up hooking up. And it ended up being a wild, fun night. Like, I had a blast. I'm not going to stunt. I had a blast. I made good money. I walked out of there with a couple $100 my first night. I fucked some people. I sucked some dick. I did a couple lap dances. Did a girl on girl show with the girl, honey. We had fun. It was a good night. I continued to do them parties for probably about 6-7 months. After my first night at the party, I became a regular. I did parties either once or twice a night, once or twice a week. We did hotel parties and house parties. We did parties here from Baltimore to parts of Maryland. So every now and then we would go to D.C. And it was a troop of us girls. It was a good group of us. And they were some wild, wild times. But I will tell you much, much more about the parties and that kind of stuff another day. But I will tell you that at the height of me doing these parties, I was making a good $4 grand a month. I was working 1 or 2 nights a week. I sat around and chilled all day. I had a money drawer. I would tell my homies, they would come over and shit. I'd be like, go get some bud. They'd be like, where the money? I go get it out the drawer. I had a money drawer. Just because I was fucking like that. You dig me? And it got to the point where I didn't even have to fuck. Like, I'll tell y'all way more about the parties later. Because I was getting, I was the shit. But, that wasn't a life for me. You dig it? One who I was. Started looking for a job. Got a job. Became normal again for a while. You know, got me a boyfriend, settled down. So, then I became Sapphire. But understand that I've been in the sex game for a long, long time. This shit ain't nothing new to me. Nothing new. Sapphire is new. So, anyway. I'll tell you. So, back when I was doing the parties. I was getting it. I was having a blast. And I was popular. And a lot of dudes used to hang with me. I used to not be the girl that was so sexual around all the guys. I played video games. I smoked bud. I like bitches. I was the hangout girl. You dig me? So me and my homeboys, we used to always chill, hang out. They respected the fact that I fucked for money. They knew that we weren't fucking because I was on some get money shit. And one day, I'm sitting in the house chilling. In fact, I think it was a Friday because I had a party that night. And I had a party that night. So I'm in the house chilling. It might have been a Saturday. It's either Friday or Saturday. But I had a party that night, so I know it was the weekend. And I'm in the house, and I'm doing my hand shit. And my homeboy came up to my fucking bedroom window. I had a first floor apartment. My homeboy came up to my bedroom window. And he like, yo, sis, come here, I need to talk to you. And so I go to the window. I'm like, what's up? And he like, babe, I met this girl, and you need to fix her. And I'm like, what the fuck you mean I need to fix her? He like, you know, you need to fix her. And so I'm like, well, what's up? And he said, yo, I met her last night. I mean, I smoked with her, and she let me fuck her. And I spent the night with her, yo. And I woke up this morning, and I started thinking about you, and I felt bad, yo. You need to fix her. And I'm like, well, where the bitch at? He said, I will bring her to you. And so he comes back with this frumpy, dumpy looking chick, right? And she got this, I can't even explain. Like, she had an old woman hairstyle. And she was a Jamaican chick. She was like baggy jeans and a baggy shirt, you know. She just looked real dumpy. Let me put it that way. So her name was Caroline. And like he said, he told me he met her, he fucked her, and he spent the night with her. He felt bad. So he brought her to my house. And he sat her down on my bed. He left her there. You dig me? And I introduced myself. I told her who I was, told her about myself and stuff. I asked her why does she think that my brother brought her to my house. And she was like, I don't know. Like, he just said that I should meet his sister. He knew somebody I should talk to and da-da-da-da-da. So, you know, I told her, well, look, he brought you around here because you did some whole shit last night. And he felt bad because he ain't with me and he know better. And I said, you know, it's cool that you a hoe or whatever. I said, but anytime a nigga feel bad about how he done with you, some shit wrong. And so she was like, what you mean? What you mean? And I said, why did you fuck my brother last night? And she said, I was so bored and I wanted to smoke and I ain't had no money. And then he said he would smoke with me. I said, so your pussy worth some weed? And she was like, well, I don't know how else to smoke if I don't have no money. And then, and I wanted to smack the hoe, you know. But I had to remember that I used to be like the hoe. Because until that guy, you know, had, like, got me to do that party that night. Because, you know, he said to me, I didn't tell you what he said to me. He said, every time I talk to you, you tell me that you just hooked up with some dude you was fucking or whatever, but your phone's still off and you broke. He was like, why you fucking and you ain't getting yourself taken care of? And I was like, you know what? You're absolutely right. Because there was niggas that I was just fucking to chill with, you know. We was smoking. And once I realized that I was putting the value of a bag of weed or two on my body, I said, you know. So anyway, I tell the girl, you know, I said, well, you shouldn't be fucking for weed, you know. And she like, but I ain't know how else to smoke. And I said, you smoke because you a girl. And she was like, what you mean? And I said, you smoke because you're a woman and men want to be around you. And so they should smoke with you because that's what you want to do and they want to be in your presence. They should be wanting to do whatever you want to do. And so I asked her, I said, tell me one of the guys that you fucking for weed around here. And so she told me one of the weed men. And I said, all right, I get weed from him. So I called him and I said, sweetie, why don't you come around my house for a minute? And so he came around. And when he got to my house, he was surprised to see her there. And so we was all chilling. Because I chill with dude. Like, I chill with my weed man. Like, we were friends. You know, like buddies. Not like, oh, we tell each other everything. But we was on some cool shit. And so we chilling for about 5 minutes and sitting and talking. And I looked at him and I said, baby, how come ain't no smoke in the air? He said, oh, yo, because I can't stay. I'm not going to stay here. I'm about to roll out. But here, y'all take this bag and y'all smoke on me and I'll see you next time. And I said, oh, all right. And so he left a few minutes later. When he left, she said, how you do that? How you get him to give you a free bag of weed? I said, because I let him come see me. And she said, but I would have had to fuck him. I said, no, you choose to fuck him. I said, understand that if a man want to spend time with you, then a man should do what you want to do. I said, and he want to chill with me. And any nigga that's sitting up in my house chilling know that I smoke. So if you sitting up in my house smoking, chilling, you need to be smoking or you need to go. Like, I didn't call him and say I was buying it, and I said, come see me. So we chilling. If we not smoking, why you here? Like, that was my mentality. You dig me? So, anyway, I told her, I said, look, you take the bag, we smoke, rolled up or whatever. And I talked to her, I said, I got a party to go to tonight. I'm going to holler at you when I get home tomorrow or some shit when I sober up. And we'll talk. So, long story short, I ended up getting her again. I brought her around my house. Gave her some clothes out my fucking closet. Took her shopping. Got her some stuff. We did her hair. Made her look normal because she had an old woman hairstyle. We put some makeup on. She had never wore high heels before. We put high heels on the bitch. Made her look like something, right? Not a pimp. Made her look like something, right? So, then I introduced her to one of my friends. I'm not a pimp. Then I introduced her to one of my friends who likes nice young girls. I'm not a pimp. Who likes nice young girls. And was very friendly. And so they went out and stuff. And she didn't have to sleep with him. I'm not a pimp. And they went out and stuff. And they planned to hook up again at some point. And, you know, and they met again or whatever. I don't know what they did, you know. But I introduced them. And, you know, I had some good conversations with the girl. And we sat, we talked. And so then I took her out one day. And her heels and her little outfit and her hair done. And took her and down to the harbor and all this shit. And, you know, gave her a nice day out. Let guys see her and let her see what it's like to have guys flirt with her and, you know, treat her good and all that stuff. So, at one point, we went all the way across town, like where my parents lived at. We were on Baltimore and Hilton. And we lived over Northwood, which is the east side of town. I was way west, and we lived way, way east. And it's like 40 minutes, maybe a 40-minute ride home. And so we were going to catch the bus home. And so we standing on a bus stop. And, well, on a bus it would have been much longer, but it's a 40-minute ride home. So we're standing on a bus stop, and the cab driver pulls up, and he starts trying to talk to her. And she's standing on the corner talking to this cab driver. And I say, the bus is coming. And he's still talking. I said, look, if you want to talk to her, you need to be giving us a ride. Otherwise, we about to get on this bus right now. I said, I don't have time for this. And so he was like, well, get in the car. And so she got up front, and I sat in the back. And he was like, well, so where y'all going? We were like, we going over Northwood. And he like, all right. So he like, y'all smoke, y'all drink, da-da-da. And so we chilling in the cab, they talking, I'm in the back. I'm pumping her up and stuff, because she's shy and shit. So, you know, so, I'm not a pimp. So anyway, cab driver stopped. We go get some bud. We hit the bar. We get some drinks or whatever. They exchange numbers. He drops us back at our house. She said, how the fuck did you get a free cab ride from all the way across town? I said, I'd be damned if we gonna stand on the corner talking to some man in a car. Like, what is wrong with you? Like, I mean, she was that stupid. You understand? Like, no offense, guys, but if you pull me up on the street and you trying to talk to me and I'm walking or I'm standing on a bus stop and you trying to talk to me from inside your car, this not gonna work. Like, if you don't offer me a ride to where the fuck I'm going, I don't have time to talk to you. Like, I really don't. Like, understand that, hey. So, she was amazed that the cab driver, you know, picked us up and gave us the free ride and bought weed and drinks and all this. And I'm like, bitch, this is part of being a girl. So, you know, I I think like 2 nights later, we were sitting in the house bored. I said, let's go find some entertainment. So we got dressed, put on little skirts or whatever. I said, let's go sit on the bus stop on the corner and see who ride by. So, oh no. Before this, let me tell you, before this, one day I had a client come over because I was still doing the parties and stuff. I had a client come over to see me, and he used to like to come pay me, suck my pussy or whatnot. So he came, he saw me. On his way out, she was coming over. He saw her, got to the parking lot, called me and was like, how much for her? So, I'm not a pimp, right? I talked to her, and we negotiated a price that she was comfortable with. And so then he came back and ate her pussy or whatever. So, this ended up leading to some drama with the parties. I'll tell you later, but yeah, this ended up, because I guess God thought I was taking his business or whatever. But anyway, we'll talk about that later. So, a couple days later, like I said, we bored. Let's put some little skirts on and go sit on the corner on a bus stop, because we live on a busy street. Let's see who ride by. So we on the corner, we got our little skirts on, we chilling, and we just, man hunting. And this big truck pull up. And she said, oh, I know him. He live down in the apartments and da-da-da-da. And he got all this money and he does. I said, you sure? She like, yeah, he good. So, he pick us up. And he like, it's my man's birthday. And we got all this bud. And we about to smoke and we going to drink and da-da-da. Y'all trying to party? I'm like, all right, I'm partying. But look, I'm telling you up front, I'm not fucking. I don't fuck for free. He like, I don't pay for pussy. I said, I don't fuck for free. I said, so if you want to chill, we can chill. He said, good. I said, okay. I'm letting you know up front. I don't fuck for free. So, we go to his man's house. We all chilling. We sitting around. We smoke. We drink. His friend is talking to Shorty, Caroline. Next thing I know, they go dip off into his bedroom. I hear him in there banging Shorty back the fuck out. I'm with dude. We chilling, we smoking, we drinking. Now he getting horny. We listening to them fuck, I mean, it's ridiculous. And I keep telling dude, it ain't happening. It ain't happening. So, an hour done passed. An hour and a half to pass. We pissed off now. We go out to the car. Like, we ain't sitting in the truck. We ready to leave. I say, you know what, let me check one more time and see if the bitch ready before we leave. I go back in there, I say, Caroline, sweetie, you've been in here for almost 2 hours. If dude ain't finished fucking you yet, I don't know what the fuck he going to drive you home. I said, we about to roll out, are you coming or not? So she comes out a few minutes later. And I said to her, I hope you got paid good for that shit, I said, you've been in there a long motherfucking time. I want you to understand what this bitch said to me. She said, he told me his homeboy gonna pay me when we get back to the apartments. I said, what? The nigga I've been chilling with. The nigga who didn't fuck you. The nigga who told us from the minute that we got in the car, he don't pay for pussy. You just fucked this nigga for 2 hours. And he told you his homeboy gonna pay you for him fucking you. Are you fucking stupid? You ever wanted to kill a bitch? You ever wanted to kill a bitch? I needed to get home. We was too far from home. We got in the car. We got close to the house. I told them to pull over to a gas station. I told her to come in the gas station with me. When we got to the gas station, I pushed that bitch up against the freezer and I told her, I said, let me tell you something. If there's one thing I can't stand, it's a dumb fucking freak, y'all. Like, I got so much respect for a get money bitch. But you just wasted my night. You just had me sitting here. Like, I could have been left. I was worried about you. Like, I'm sitting there, and I think that I didn't you fuck this nigga for 2 hours and think that some other nigga gonna pay you? I said, you gotta be the dumbest bitch I ever met. I said, I swear to God, if I ever see you again, I'm gonna hurt you. Don't let me see you again. I said, don't come to my house. Don't call me. Don't walk through my court. Don't walk through my court, because if I see you, I'll kill you. Like, I'm gonna hurt you. And I left her there. Like, I walked home from there. I walked home from there. 2 days later, this bitch was locked up and about to be deported back to Jamaica. Why? Some nigga got killed in her apartment. She was in there smoking and chilling with some nigga. Some niggas ran up in her shit, shot some nigga up right in front of her. Police think she had something to do with it. I never got the whole story, whatever. I asked where they at. They said, yeah, that bitch gone. And, you know, all I could think is, I could have been chilling with her. She could have been chilling with me. Like, I got all respect for a bitch that get money. That understand that if you doing this shit because you gotta survive, you gotta do what you gotta do to eat. You gotta feed yourself. You gotta feed your kids. I can dig it. When you out here fucking for weed, you fucking for fun. you fucking for attention. I know bitches that's out here fucking for food. Like, y'all, if you fucking for food, you need to be fucking for money. Real shit. If you fucking for weed, bitch, you need to be fucking for money. Like, I'm not telling you that it's supposed to be a come up. In the world that we live in today, bitch barely gotta sell ass long enough to get a fucking computer. If you can get a computer and get some fucking sense in your head, then bitch, you can come up. Like, you ain't even gotta fuck. Like, do you know the minute I found out that I could fucking sell pussy on the internet without having to sleep with people, that I didn't have to no longer degrade myself and suck random dicks or have people coming on me and or pretend to like something that I didn't like because I could sit home and diddle myself or play around on my webcam. You think I'm turning tricks? And so when I see these girls who live the lifestyle that I used to live, I feel bad for them. But you know, one thing I never was a dumb hoe. Never was a dumb hoe. Like, when I was selling my ass, I was paying my bills. I was taking care of my son. I smoked good. I never lie. I always smoked good. But I lived a vibrant life that didn't include a bunch of excess. I wasn't selling my ass for a pair of boots. I wasn't selling my ass for a designer purse. I wasn't selling my ass for $400 weave. Like, hoes. There's a difference between an escort. There's a difference even between a prostitute and then you hoes. You hoes. You hoes are something different. You hoes. You disrespect yourself. You disrespect us as women. You disrespect the fucking field of prostitution. You drive the market down for bitches that's out here eating off this shit, because you just out here. It's 2014. Let me tell you something. If you still sucking dick for $50, if you sucking dick for $60, You's a hoe. You're not a prostitute. You're not an escort. You're a hoe. You're a hoe. I pick up these girls. Y'all know me. I got a long line of hoes behind me. Yeah. They like strays. I love them. But I believe that everybody can not change, but come up. You know? Like I said, I see hoeing as a stepping stone. Like, how? I went from hoe to model to dancer to online celebrity. Hey, I ain't gotta suck dick no more. If I can do it, fuck it, anybody can do it. Like, if this is your goal, like, I don't know anybody's goal is the prostitute, but if it's your goal to fuck for money, at least come up, do porn, do something, like, but these hoes. So anyway, this was today's vlog. This is Sapphire and her hoes, you know, like, you have no idea. But understand that this was 2003, and Sapphire didn't come into play until 2006. So understand that this was Melanie crazy ass. And you don't know me. I keep telling y'all don't know me. I'll tell you some more about me. But this crazy shit is my life. And I've been collecting hoes for a long time. But I want to see them come up, y'all. Like, I've recently been dealing with this escort. And I feel for her. I want better for her. Because she's smart. But she's stupid. She's so stupid, but she's smart. And you feel bad for them because when they've been doing it so long, you know, they don't really know no other way. Wow. Anyway, this was number one. We're going to do a lot more video vlogs. This is Behind Sexy Sapphire, Volume 1. The Hoeing Chronicles, Caroline. Get ready, 2014. It'll be a hell of a year.